buoyancies on this, keep it from binding or sticking as recommended. Oh boy, found something funny here.
What the f? I'm shocked.
It's not pretty.
Oh.
Next day.
Good morning, you guys. So today is finally the big day. So last night we dropped the car off at H&M Motorworks. We went over a few things, left the car there for the night. It's in its bay, ready to go. We're about to head up there. But first, I'm gonna show you guys the Harmonic balancer. It was at the shop when I got there last night to drop off the car. They let me take it home so I could make sweet, passionate love to it last night. I'm just kidding, we didn't get that far, we only cuddled. They let me bring it home so I could cuddle with it and keep it warm last night. After all, this is the saving grace to the C5 Corvette. This is the part that's gonna pump life back into that car. And I'm so excited, but before we head up there, I'm gonna open up the Harmonic balancer and just take a look. I'm kind of curious what it looks like. I went with the ATI Harmonic balancer because that's what most of you guys said to use. And I'm gonna be honest, it was not cheap. I think it was like $460 as opposed to the OEM one, which is much, much cheaper. But that's because no one wants to use GM's stupid design. So I'm curious what this thing looks like. Let's open it up, take a look, and see what we're working with. Actually, I'm the professional idiot. The professional mechanics are gonna be working with it. Made in the good old US of A, baby. That's what we like to see. All the instructions I don't have to read because I'm actually not doing anything with this thing. Well, my very unprofessional opinion thinks that this is very nice. It feels nice. This must be the, no, it's just that'll doohickey. And this must be the balancer itself. It's kind of heavy. Whew. It's got some weight to it. Yep, so that's what a Harmonic balancer looks like. Now it's time to hop in the car and watch as H&M Motorworks exercises the demon out of the C5 and hopefully gets it back on the road again so that we can finally enjoy the C5 Corvette again. I've been dying to drive this thing. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid on Christmas morning. Nice and gentle for you, my love. Where are you, C5? I didn't even introduce you yet, Gabe. So guys, this is Gabe.
How you doing?
He's gonna be the one who's exorcising the demons from this thing. Ooh.
Not awful, it's a little tight.
Not awful.
So this is your inner tie rod in, outer tie rod in, right? Which you assuming
Yep.
you already know. Yeah, so we're just gonna take the outer tie rods off, move the knuckles out of the way so we can start getting access, you know, get a little bit more comfort getting into what we need to get into. That was barely tight.
Wait, what?
You hear that? You just went whoop? Just came right off. Ooh.
I didn't do that one, I swear. Alright guys, so we're actually pulling the sway bar end links here. You're not required to do this job. We're doing it so that we have a little bit more room to film so that I can see, because Gabe's a nice guy. But I actually have a set of Moog aluminum ones because I don't know how those things got melted. It definitely wasn't me. But I have a set of Moog aluminum sway bar end links at home, ready to go in, but then the car died. So I'm actually gonna run home in a little bit, grab them, and when we put this thing back together, we're just gonna put in the aluminum end links.
Nope.
That would have taken me about 8 days to do
So,
in the driveway.
Yeah, right. So it loosened. Your bolt's loose.
What the f?
It's not broken.
Well.
Oh boy, found something funny here.
Uh-oh.
So your damper did not come apart. Your damper loosened.
I'm shocked.
So somebody's been here for sure. We're still gonna put the fluid damper on for sure.
Yeah.
The super damper, but
Nah, just tighten it up and throw it on the ground. We're good. That's not, how does that happen though?
So you see how it's got gnar marks on it?
Yeah.
So somebody's definitely had it off, they just didn't tighten it. Or didn't tighten it all the way.
Wow. Holy crap.
A lot of that out there, man.
Ooh.
It happens. So you can see the lines over here. Power steering.
Okay. Yeah.
See them? You can bring the car down if you want. So
Oh
you
yeah.
get a
No,
little bit
that's
better
good.
angle on us. Yeah. So those guys are gonna have to come off.
All right. So we're gonna pull the power steering lines
Yeah.
now.
We're gonna pull those guys off, and then I'm actually gonna bring the car down and evacuate the reservoir first, so we can lose less fluid.
Okay.
Make a little bit less of a mess. So you got the pinch bolt for your steering column shaft. It's also right here.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Pinch bolt. Wow.
Yep. So this guy's gonna come off. We'll slide the column up that way.
Okay.
Out of the way, and then we'll remove the lines, at which point we will then lower the subframe, which you can see it's been lowered before.
Oh, yeah.
And be able to slide the rack out of the way so we can gain access to the
Balancer.
Yep. How hard did it overheat? Did it overheat?
A while ago, yeah.
Look at your upper hose.
Yeah, it did that first time it did.
It's collapsed.
What's that mean? It did that the first time it overheated.
Yeah.
When the tensioner itself shredded, and then the next time it didn't overheat nearly as bad though, because I watched it start to climb and I was like, it's doing the same thing again. But again, it broke the last time and it's sad. I haven't touched this thing for
A couple months probably.
yeah, it's been a month. Yeah. Yeah. Do it in my way. That's the way I'd be doing it. And that's why my projects take 10 times as long as they have to. Probably could just reached up there for you.
Call me short.
No. Think you have a problem hitting your head onto the car and stuff? You should see how many shower heads I actually fit under.
Don't get me wrong. I know that being as tall as you are it's not actually a good thing. The world is not made for tall people. I had a squad leader when I was in the army that worked. He was 6'5".
Yeah.
And we lived in Italy.
Oh geez, yeah.
The shower heads for him we're at chest level.
Yeah. Mine are about face level.
Right.
It's I literally have to just like
Yeah. Now we're gonna do the lines, which are probably the least fun thing we're gonna do here today. Finagle.
Finagle.
Word of the day is finagle.
finagle.
The steering rack out of the way. These lines look like somebody's been here.
Wow, I don't like that. I didn't think this thing had anywhere near.
It's had work done. The subframe has been out. What they pulled the subframe for,
Yeah, that's what I'm
that
curious
we do not
about
know. But it's definitely been out.
Shout out to you, Izzy. We were just talking about C6 Z06s. He's thinking about getting one. I think we should persuade him. No pressure, Gate. The entire world's watching. It's getting serious now. Let me get in there. I can probably do this. So day 12.
And now the other line.
Oh,
the
just
cooler,
loosen
because
those
so the cooler, this is a hard line going to the rack.
Yeah.
It's just had a little tension on it, so I'm just gonna loosen the cooler to take the tension off, so it just makes it easier.
gotcha.
To take the line off.
Exactly what I was thinking.
All right, so now we're gonna take off this bolt, and these two bolts. Now loosen the rack, then we'll use this guy, and then the corresponding bolts on the back side. We'll lower the cradle a little bit so we're able to slide the rack out the driver's side. This guy right here,
Yep.
that's the dampener, right? So that's the rubber. So when
Yeah.
people tell you, oh, the dampeners come apart, that's what they mean. There's
Oh.
a rubber that connects the two pulleys, and that comes apart, and it does this.
Ah, all right, gotcha.
Splits. So things to note, the driver's side bolt has a large washer on it. The passenger side bolt does not.
Ah, all right.
Technical note, that is meant, it's done that way on purpose, so the bolt with the large washer goes on the driver's side when you go to reassemble the car, because you have the bracket that also holds the ABS unit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The bolt does more than just hold the rack, so bolt with the washer, driver's side.
What would happen if you swapped those?
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Probably nothing, but you know what? They designed it this way for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way.
So that's the way we're gonna do it. loose. Rack should be loose. Should be.
Nice rack.
Nice and tight. Now we get to the not so fun part.
Oh boy.
Actually getting the rack out. Alright.
Almost there.
Almost got this. Oh man.
The old belt.
The old belt.
Flopping around.
Good old belt. There we go.
Hey.
Alright, she's out.
Steering rack's all out of the car. That thing is still good, or?
No. I wouldn't use it. See how it's like it's got like a weird twist on it?
It's got a twist on it.
Got wrapped around. I wouldn't use it. It might throw.
That sucks.
Looks like it's
That
new.
was a $100 belt. I just bought it 4 weeks ago.
So, yes, the GM pulleys do come apart. Generally right here where the rubber is for the harmonic dampener. But in this case, somebody was here and didn't tighten the bolt all the way.
Did you even loosen that at all?
No, it's by hand. I just pulled it out. It loosened up. Somebody didn't tighten this. I've been jabbing at it while we've been talking. I've been turning it randomly here and there.
Yeah,
just
but
kind
I've
of
been driving this thing for a year. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
What happened if that thing came completely off? The crank would...
I've seen them come off, but it's not pretty.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of chaos that happens here.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
A lot of destruction and
Jeez.
things that are not so fun. Hey, it could be worse. You could have gotten a Corvette with a steel block or with an iron block.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
blown motor. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So at least
Put
you
the
still,
truck motor in it.
At least you still have a real LS.
Yeah, it's actually an aluminum block LS. That one's good.
This one's still straight. Seals out. All right. 16 foot-pounds. So now it's marked. That was ton. So we're gonna mark it as done. So I indexed the marking holes so that when you put it together, you can find the through holes initially. Now it's fine because the other bolts are tightened, but initially we couldn't find them. So now we're good. There we go. All right. So the long bolts do not come with Loctite, whereas the short holes or the short bolts do. So we're gonna have to put Loctite on this.
We use blue Loctite.
Blue Loctite, medium strand.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in there. I know you're in there.
It's nervous.
There
It's
we
on
go.
camera.
Yeah, right. The through bolts that go to the AC pulley.
So you were born for YouTube.
Was I? I don't know what that. Assemble, and just I like to mark each bolt as it gets torqued, so that way I know that everything's torqued. So the damper is fully assembled and torqued.
Such precision.
Or using the keyway, you have to fill the slot for the keyway with high temp silicone so that you don't have an oil leak. This is what they say.
So that right there is the key hole that we filled up with silicone. I'm not sure if you guys can see that.
Wow. All right.
Brand spanking new oil. Why did I almost say oil filter?
Oil pump. I'll pump
Oil
them.
pump.
Front crank seal. So yeah, this is a stretch bolt. So then once it goes to 37, then we have to stretch it another 140 degrees. It's a stretch bolt.
It's degrees versus foot pounds.
So it goes to foot pounds first, and then you degree it
Oh, okay.
to stretch it. A little anti-seize on those, keep it from binding or sticking, as recommended by the company. It makes sense.
That's good.
Okay.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? you're right. Don't be that nervous on camera, man.
Shut up. This is the tool. It's a simple threaded rod. It just goes into the crankshaft. Big washer, little washer. You just turn this guy, just presses the damper on. The next step after that is you take the old bolt, put it on, and you torque it to 240 foot-pounds. You remove it, you discard it because it is a stretch bolt. Put it in the trash, and then you put your new bolt on, you torque it to 37 foot-pounds, and then you angle torque it 140 degrees, and then your damper's fully installed.
Awesome. So we got both belts on already. One of them we were able to reuse because it was just hanging out in there. One of them's new. What's next? Putting on the...
now reverse procedure.
Steering.
We're gonna reinstall the rack, and that's all she wrote. Alright, let's get this bad boy in there. Yep.
Subframe's all up now, right?
For the most, yep. Something's up.
And now we're about to tackle...
This is the last snug. Remember the washer.
Remember the washer. That's right. That's right.
Washer, driver's side.
See, I already forgot.
That guy. Pinch pull. Leave those loose for now.
Okay.
Because this hard line goes to the rack, and
Yeah.
if we fix these, it's going to be impossible
Yeah.
to get the fitting on the rack. So we're going to leave those loose for now. So this is a steering rack. Make sure it's tight.
Seems like that would be important for this one to be, this particular item to be somewhat tight, huh? I know.
Surprised.
Jake on the ground would not be able to get this much torque on that to turn them.
Not with those going on.
Oh yeah, back to the lines. This is by far the worst part of this. It took the longest time. It took more time than anything. I mean, we've had this rack in. It took probably 10 minutes total for us to get this thing in.
Yeah, so.
But now it's time for the lines.
Time for the lines, so there they are. Make sure that I have my blue mark right there.
Oh, yeah.
You see it? So that I use it in the mirror so the blue mark is in that same orientation on the input shaft. The pinch bolt. Yeah, so the pinch bolt's tight. We're gonna reinstall the sway bar with new sway bar end links because the ones we have right now are plastic, a little rough.
Yeah.
And reinstall the tie rods. Tires on, and see you guys in a little bit.
Okay, so these are the new sway bar end links that I got. I've honestly had these things for like 4 months now, but the car's been giving me so much crap. I haven't done anything with the suspension. So basically, when I was changing the suspension adjustment bolts in there, you can't see it, try to get it out, I heated it up. Yeah, there it is. Thanks, Gabe. And I melted the sway bar end links. So probably shouldn't have done that. Things are in rough shape. So we're replacing these with these Move ones. These got the best reviews. They're greasable. Gabe, what do you think of these?
I haven't installed anything Move that's giving me a hard time yet. So over these, that you can see the factory bolts or the factory studs on the end links have a Torx bit on the end for counter holding, which is not a lot of fun. You can take a look over there later. These actually have squared portion on the back that you can put a wrench on it to tighten them. It's 1,000 times better. We're at a point where we're gonna put our tie rods in, put our wheels on, hook the battery back up, and see what she does.
I was just gonna say the exact same words, see what she does. That's weird.
Standing in the hallway, I know you know what I'm about to tell you. I just
Just looking at the damper, make sure everything's smooth. It's rotating well. There's no oil coming out, of course. That was a concern.
Yeah.
Well, looks good. Let's get the power steering blade out.
Perfect.
All right, so just checking it out, making sure there's no oil leaks from the damper. Since we didn't use a keyway or pin the crankshaft, you actually have to utilize high temp RTV in the groove in order to keep the oil from coming out. So it looks like we were successful. There's no leaks. There doesn't seem to be any kind of belt deviation. Everything seems to be lined up, so we're gonna pull the fender covers, put it on the ground, and take it for a rip. Sounds good. The belt's still on. I think we're all set. It does sound really good though.
Feels strong and stuff?
Car feels great, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, just saying, come from a Porsche guy, I don't hate this.
What do you think, Gabe?
Not bad. No leaks, belt's still on, no deviation. We're all set, my friend.
One last thing.
Sure.
Do you think that the tensioner pulley shredded, the plastic piece itself shredded because of the harmonic balancer? Everyone seems to think that the harmonic balancer is what caused the plastic on the end of the tensioner pulley to shred apart.
Not in this case. Not in this case, because the harmonic balancer did not shred, did not come apart. It simply loosened. So in the previous installment, you had installed the tensioner with the pulley. You then drove the vehicle, and then the pulley came loose. It was just bad pulley.
Huh. Interesting.
It happens.
A big sigh of relief now, because I almost said Z28. It's been a long day. The C5 is finally back in the driveway where it belongs. It's running well, it's running really well. Pulling strong. I'm so excited to have this thing back. The ride home was just, I was grinning the whole time. I didn't even have the radio on because I just wanted to listen to the motor. I really miss this thing. I feel like it's been years since I've had it back on the road, months or years. But I mean, actually, it almost has been a month, I guess, because the videos are a little bit delayed, so yeah, so it's been almost a month. But most importantly, a massive shout out to Gabe and the H&M Motorworks team. They are absolutely awesome over there. Gabe, thank you so much for letting me film and hold the flashlight in your face the entire time. I can only imagine if I were a professional mechanic and not a professional idiot, how annoying it would be to have someone following me around with a camera. But man, you were so chill about it. Thank you so much. Those guys are extremely professional over there. Very, very happy with the final product. I'm so happy the way the C5 came out, even though they just repaired it. But it came out as it should have been, but it never was beforehand. I haven't slept or eaten, so sorry if this makes no sense at all. But regardless, massive shout out to Gabe and the H&M Motorworks team in Merrimack, New Hampshire. I'll include links for them down in the description below. If you're from this area, need some work done, minor repair, bigger stuff, they can handle it all. And a big thank you to all of you as well for supporting the channel all this time. You guys are really allowing me to live my dream and to keep making videos like this, because if I didn't make videos and you guys didn't support me, there would be no C5 Corvette. I would never have owned one of these things. So thank you to all of you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. There's so much stuff coming to the channel soon. I'm literally so far behind on videos because so much stuff is happening. I've had so many opportunities recently that I film, and I don't have time to edit it all. So there's so much stuff happening, so much stuff coming to you guys. You're really not gonna wanna miss it. Stay tuned for more content with the C5 Corvette. All sorts of stuff coming with this thing now that it's finally fixed and running properly. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy motoring.